You have finally made the decision to purchase your first home. Now what? What's the next step? Well, strap yourself in and get ready for the emotional roller coaster ride called Home Buying 101. But it doesn't have to be that way. Being well prepared will go a long way toward taking out the high highs and the low lows of home buying. So let's go through the process. Hi, I'm Carrie Palmore, a licensed principal broker with Premier Property Group, LLC, and part of the Palmore Group in Newburgh, Oregon. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the process of purchasing a home in Oregon. The first thing that you need to know is that buying a home is different everywhere you go. Each state has their own forms, their own laws, and their own processes. Some states require attorneys when closing on a house, while others do it through title and escrow companies. And in some states, title and escrow are different companies, while in other states, those services are provided by the same company. For our purposes, I'm going to be discussing the process of buying a home in the state of Oregon, where attorneys are not required when closing on real estate, and the title and escrow services are provided by the same company. Now, that's not to say that you won't be using legal documents, because you will. The sales agreement is a binding legal contract, and it is important to know what you are signing before you sign it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's go back to the beginning. What is the first thing that you need to do when considering purchasing a home? Well, in my opinion, your first step should be finding the right team to work with. Now, I'm not referring to a real estate team. I am referring to the entire team of people who are going to get you from point A to point B in this process. This includes your realtor, lender, home inspector, contractors, escrow officers, and so on. The good news is you don't need to know all these people. You just need to work with a professional who does. So your first step, find a professional real estate agent. Sure, you probably know a lot of real estate agents. We all do. Realtors come in all forms. You have the realtors who work part-time, the one that work full-time, agents who are on teams, and solo agents. There are new agents, experienced agents, and specialty agents who focus on rural properties or subdivisions or condos or commercial properties. I mean, face it, your great aunt's third cousin's granddaughter is a realtor, so maybe you should just use her. But before you sign on the dotted line, take the time to ask a few questions. Things like, what experience do they have? Do they do more listing of homes or work with buyers? Are they part of a team, head of a team, or a solo agent? How many clients do they work with at any given time? Do they have a professional network of service providers? What hours are they available? How do they prefer to communicate? What kind of negotiation experience they have? I mean, I could go on, and I will, but that's in another video. But you get the idea. Take the time to talk with a prospective realtor to understand who they are, who they know, and how they work. So that leads us to the next step, finding the right lender. Again, this is a key component of a smooth, successful transaction, and your realtor should be able to refer you to a lender or two that they work with and have confidence in. Because there is nothing worse than thinking you are approved only to find out after spending money on inspections and appraisals that your lender didn't check everything correctly and your deal falls apart a week before closing. So it's important to choose the right lender up front. Let your realtor become your trusted advisor. They should know the lenders who always follow through and put a deal together and which ones can't be consistently counted on. Click the link in the corner above to watch my video on choosing a lender. So now you have a realtor and a lender on your team. What's next? Understanding the process is key. Did you know that you have to have around $2,000 to $5,000 available to spend before you close on a house? Wait, no one told you that? Well, let's talk through it. You have a realtor and a lender, and you have your pre-approval in hand, and off you go home shopping. A good realtor will help you write a strong offer. They will call the listing agent, have a conversation, and find out what is most important to the seller. And you know what? It is not always the price. Sometimes the terms can make or break the deal. Does the seller want their kids to finish the school year? Well, maybe you tie the closing date to the school year. Maybe they need a little bit more time in the house after closing. In that case, you could give them a period of time to retain the house before you take possession. Whatever it is, once the offer is written, your realtor puts it together with your pre-approval letter and a cover letter. They send it to the listing agent and they follow up to ensure it's received, and then you wait for the seller's response. Wait, it's accepted! Wow! Now the work starts. Based on the contract, within 3 to 5 business days, you must deposit your earnest money at the title company. The earnest money is typically around 1% of the purchase price. So if your offer is $300,000, your earnest money would be $3,000. That's going to be deposited at the title company in an account that is tied to your transaction, and it will remain in that account until closing, when it will be credited to your down payment or your closing costs. That is the first outlay of money. Next is the home inspection. Now, it's pretty standard that a buyer has 10 business days or about 2 weeks in which to do a home inspection. During this period, the inspections are ordered and conducted, any repairs are requested and negotiated with the seller. In Oregon, it's pretty standard to do a whole home inspection as well as a sewer scope and potentially a radon test. And if the property is rural, you'll be looking at doing a septic inspection and well inspection in place of that sewer scope. These costs can range about $500 to $1,500 total, depending upon what you choose to do. So once all the inspections are done, you and your realtor will discuss those items you wish to have the seller address. During this time, you might also meet with contractors at the house and get further information. Your agent will then write up a buyer repair addendum and they'll submit it to the sellers. Now, if your home inspection caused you such angst that you wish to terminate, you can do so during the inspection period based on the information that you found through the inspection. In this case, you would still get your earnest money back from the escrow company, but you would still be out the cost of the inspections. If you move forward after the inspection period, you submit your repairs and the seller approves them, then the inspection period is now over and your earnest money is locked in a bit more. Once the inspection is over and you're moving forward, then your lender is going to order the appraisal. The home inspection is for the buyer to understand the condition of the home. The appraisal is for the lender to understand the condition and the value of the home. When the appraisal is ordered, you typically pay for this up front. Appraisal prices differ depending upon where the property is located, but you can anticipate somewhere around $700 to $900. There is usually a quiet period during this time. The buyer's loan is being processed and then going to underwriting, the appraisal has been ordered, and the lender is waiting for that to come back. And the seller is busy working on the repairs. So these things are all happening behind the scenes, and there's not a whole lot for you to do. Occasionally, your lender might reach out with a request for additional documentation, but other than that, you're just waiting. When the appraisal comes back, the loan goes into final underwriting. The underwriter is looking at the entire file, the strength of their buyer, their ability to pay back the loan, the appraisal, and the value that the appraiser gives to the house. Once all of these line up, then your loan is approved and the lender creates loan documents for you to sign. This is the fun part, where you get to go to the title company and sign all of the loan papers. Now, make sure you've been doing your wrist exercises leading up to this point because there are a lot of papers to sign. Once you sign the loan documents, they're shipped back to the lender to be reviewed again. Now, at that time, the lender is also going to recheck your credit score to make sure there haven't been any major changes, and they're going to call your employer to re-verify your employment. Now, when they're satisfied that there are no changes, they'll wire the money to the title company. Then the title company disperses that money to all of the parties in the transaction: the seller, the real estate agents on both sides, and any other party who is receiving money from the proceeds of the sale. Then the deed is sent to the county to be recorded, and once that's done, the title company calls your realtor to let him know that the transaction is complete. At this point, you typically get a call from your realtor and arrangements are made to hand the keys off. So there you have it. You are now the proud owner of in most cases, a 30-year loan. Congratulations on your new home. You did it, and you should be very proud of yourself. So that's it for today. A look at the home buying process in the state of Oregon. It's not for the faint of heart, but with a good realtor by your side, you can get the job done. I hope that you found this helpful. If so, hit the like button below and make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any videos. We publish them on a regular basis and we wouldn't want you to miss anything. And if we can ever be of help, don't hesitate to reach out to the Palmore Group. We're here to help with your real estate needs, so check us out on our website or Facebook and give us a call. Our mission is to provide exemplary service from the heart, and we would love to help you. So until next time, remember, it's a good life.